about affordability for the students, but I'd like to know your position on raising student fees such as to support the funding of the CCLC, which is the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center for anyone who doesn't know. Dan?
Thanks. Actually, I did have to vote on that. Not once, not twice, but 3 different times, because I sat on 3 different committees that watches over this fund. The CCLC definitely needs our support, money, and efforts to get it started, get it going, and keep it strong for the years to come. But at the current time that they were proposing the fee, I didn't see the need for the fee to be increased for the students. Students are already having a burden come to them with the WAC fees coming next year, $175 per semester for those of you that don't know, that creating the invisible. We're also looking at all the different types of fees that are already coming up, the budget cuts, et cetera, et cetera. I saw that while the CCLC is majorly important that we need to continue funding them, that a fee upon students wasn't needed at the time. So while I do see it as positive, not at the time.
Tuition raises are never something that I ever would like to implement. However, with this huge budget crisis, if that does pass, we've made promises to ourselves, we've made promises to our institution, and we've made promises to our community. By supporting these great organizations that we have directly associated with associate students, CAVE, CLIC, Women's Center, Cross-Cultural Leadership Center, what you put into something is what you will get out of it. So right now the Cross-Cultural Leadership has the opportunity to flourish, and they need the funding to do so. Places, organizations need new buildings. Maybe some of the locations where they have right now aren't acceptable. They don't provide the proper equipment, space, availability, environment for what they're trying to produce. So I would never want to encourage tuition increase. However, if I feel that it will directly affect and benefit the value of your degree, and I can personally find out from you that it's okay with you, then that's what we're doing. I'm here for you, not my resume. I am here to represent every single student.
As for funding into organizations which would automatically increase fees, that's really a decision that's up to the students. That's not a decision that's up to one person in the office. If the students want that, then the students should get what they want. However, my initiative to take back the AS and students serving students by streamlining some of the non-career employees that are less important than the more important director positions, I'm hoping that that money could be umbrella funded into new student organizations that need funding, that are gaining popularity, and which the students wish to have. Thank you.
Being an employee for the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center, this specific question touches me very specifically. Most definitely, I think that there needs to be more involvement with the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center. Having a proposal that was implemented this specific year, or at least brought to the table, there was a lot of concern with the fee increase, obviously. Cassie did a wonderful job of articulating the voice of the student, and so you should, first of all, commend her for that. Second of all, the idea behind it was to do an increase of $5 per semester. I think at the time that it was proposed, currently, it wasn't appropriate at the time. I was an advocate voice for the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center, but however, I think that what they're doing right now, specifically with the re-proposal of it, is the best specific thing for the budget. We're looking at where our economy is and where our students are.
Thank you.
This morning when I opened up the paper to the opinion section, I noticed an article in there talking about a particular candidate and their campaign tactic is the image they're leaving on Chico State, written by Sarah Kelly. Exactly what is the image that each one of you want to leave with the students here at Chico State?
The image of the AS president is to be a leader of the students, to be a role model for somebody, for all the students to look up to. Really, I'm here for the students. I'm going to be a student as well. While I may not, dress the part, I may not have all of the campaigning, I definitely am a student still and can play the role of student as well. So really, I'm here for the students, and basically being a role model for them is how I think that the AS president should be an image to them.
Would you mind repeating it just one more time so I can have the word?
What image are you wanting to portray to the students here at Chico State as AS president?
Okay, well, when I first came to Chico, my mom drove away from me, left me in the dorms, and I freaked out. I didn't know what is Chico State. And I got involved. I did CAVE. I did a lot of other great opportunities that changed my life. I realized that day, that week, that first semester here at Chico State, that Chico State is something bigger than myself. And as my years have gone past here and I've gained all this experience and so many things have been brought towards me, I want to be able to transmit this university to future Wildcats, to current students, and to alumni as an institution that succeeds in prevailing and putting out exceptional students, exceptional graduates, having an amazing reputation within the CSU system, within this college university system of all of the state of California, within the Western region, and as well as everything else that we do. I think that the reputation that Chico State needs to have is leaders, social people, outstanding employee, prospective employees for people out of college. Chico State graduates, we know who we are. You know the reputation you want. We are excellent people. We provide for our community. Sorry, thank you.
Image. First thing I'd like to say, I'd like to introduce an idea to all of you. It's called social judgment theory. The only way to penetrate the 15,000 other voters who are not voting is for them to feel like they can relate to leaders, to mentors. Somebody who comes into this university is going to eventually bond with their peers. They're not going to bond with a president who's an older classman. And the only way to reach these people is to make them feel like they can relate to you. And that's how you reach a new voting demographic. So the best way to do it, the image that I want to portray, is that students that come in as freshmen, coming to party, Chico State's image, can't change and can't follow somebody who can lead them into becoming leaders of this university. Thank you.
The image I strive to be from the point I started high school into college, and the image I will be when I leave here as its president, is an authentic leader. A leader that has stayed true to his word, helping make sure that students get that premier education, that personal growth, and pure success. That is my job as its president, and authenticity of who I am and what I stand for, morals and values, is going to be extremely visible in every action that I do.
Thank you.